Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian here from Adrian Mateo. Drones. Yeah, let's go ahead and have a great show tonight. Talk about drones, drones, or more drones. Let's go. See that we have quite a few folks here in the chat already. Whew. I just want to go ahead and wish everybody a happy weekend. Hope everybody's doing great. Family members, we have our boy, Mr. Dre Crawford, aka Recovery One Drone, in the green room. I'm about to bring in the green room. I'm sorry. I'm about to bring him in. And let's go. How you doing, Pop?
Hey, doing good, man. Howdy, everyone. Good to be here.
It's been great. Last weekend, of course, as I told you guys, I was not gonna do anything on YouTube because it's Mother's Day. All about mothers. It was my girlfriend's first Mother's Day. There's no way that I'm gonna be here with you guys and not make it about her, because then I would not hear the end of it, and it won't be no brown chicken brown cow for me. So I need that brown chicken brown cow. That's very important. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, Dre.
hmm
That chicken's very important. You gotta eat when you get
Yep.
hungry. Anyway, how about you, man? How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I was out this morning, first thing, doing some flights. Had a little strange thing happen right in the middle of my orbit. Well, the first part of it was blurry. Then the second part came into focus, and so I'll be back out there tomorrow, reflying it again. So
Hey, was there any reason why that happened?
I think it was self-inflicted because I had to climb up the slope. And I think I might have touched something on the screen when I was climbing up the slope that threw it out of focus.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was on automatic focus, but I might have knocked it out and put it back in or something. So yeah, I got to go back out tomorrow. Lucky, this site's only about maybe 25 minutes away, and get that taken care of so I can upload this information to the client and go
10-4,
from there.
10-4. Now, was
Yeah,
that with the Mavic 2 Pro or the Phantom?
Mavic 2 Pro.
Okay.
And I was flying it with Litchi and stuff. So I guess I'm sure it was self-inflicted, something I did when I was trying to keep my balance, trying to climb up this slope and stuff, and probably touched the screen, didn't realize it and stuff.
Okay. Now, here in Florida, I don't know about California, Dre, but here in
hmm
Florida has been extremely hot. Earlier, around 6 something, I went out to do a little bit of grocery shopping, and crap,
hmm
it was my thing on my truck. It said that it was 104. And then after driving, it was like 95, 98. Man, it was a scorching hot outside. And I was saying to
Yeah,
myself, "There's no way that I'm going to fly outside and make my freaking battery swell up like it did on me already." So I
yeah.
didn't take that chance, and I said, "The hell with it. I'm staying in."
Well, that was the subject of my video today, was about the ambient temperatures, and we need to be wary of that. So, those in the chat that want to hear what I have to say, you can go over to my channel and click on my latest video. It's in several of the other channels out there, so it'll circulate around in the next 24 hours about ambient temperature, especially for all the new flyers out there who may not consider this. But like I say, especially if you live in a warm climate like we do. Like I say, Florida with humidity can take a toll on you and sneak up on you before you know it. And here in California, the temperature can rise so fast between daybreak and 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just take you by surprise. So you got to be mindful of those little things.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think that we actually have covered anything that have to do with battery maintenance that much on my show. But again, for you guys, like Dre just stated, go ahead and go watch his video about battery maintenance or whatever. But you
hmm
gotta take care of the battery, because when it gets pretty hot, I actually remember having a little talk with Dre. I
hmm
think it was in April, I believe it was last month, and I was just doing a little flight. I didn't even. I think I only stayed up for about a good 13, 15 minutes, maybe. I think I brought it down when it was like 50 percent left of battery. And then when I
Yeah.
brought it down just to do a simple battery swap so I could go ahead and continue, I noticed that the battery started swelling up. Now
Yeah.
again, Dre, since I got mine, never had a problem. I remember that I used to fly it when it was even hotter and did what I mean, fly till it was about 5%, 0%. You know what I mean? Never had a problem. No, I'm,
And
I'm
you,
serious.
no,
That
no,
was
no, but no, you haven't seen my video, and that's the people I was talking about. Because in the video, I explained that DJI, especially for those drones, the 30% mark is there as a default setting to let you know you need to bring the drone back.
of course,
And it's,
yeah,
and it's not about not having enough battery power to return the drone, but at 30%, you're approaching the threshold of overheating the battery.
of course, yeah,
Like today, that's why I tell folks, I really love air data and it gives you so much information. And today I show people how when I first put the battery in my drone today, the battery is already at 79 degrees.
yeah.
Okay. And I showed them the chart how it increases until I was at the 16-minute, 17-minute point. The battery is at 121 degrees. The threshold for most batteries for DJI drone is right around 129, 130.
Yeah,
Once the battery reaches that point, it is subject to failure, swelling, all the different things. So basically, if you're driving that drone down below 20%, 15%, 10%, you are overdriving that battery to where it is subject to have either it's going to have a short lifespan or it's going to swell. And those are two main culprits of flying in excessive heat areas and so on. So yeah, that's what I talked about today. Was like I said, I knew this morning today we supposed to have got up over 95 degrees here in California. I was out at that site. You saw the little video clip. I think I put it on one side. Not. I was out there at 6:25 this morning,
yeah.
just waiting for as soon as day broke, dude. I had the drone up, flying it. Boom, we're going at it. And even my Phantom 4, if you have a Phantom, the batteries can still swell. They just don't pop up or pop out like they do on the Mavic
Oh,
series
correct,
and
correct,
stuff. But they will get stuck in the drone. It makes it very hard to pull them out when they swell and
correct.
stuff. And I've heard stories of many people had to damage the frame of the drone and or either damage the battery trying to get it out because it swelled so much they could not get it out through the normal means. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get my hellos in here. Captain Ray Kelly, Jim's droning, David Lorenzo with the Benzo. Let me see, JC Flying. Who else we got here? I saw some folks
We,
earlier.
we got
Max
we got
14.
we got Stephen Drones in the
Yeah,
house.
Stephen Jones, Mr. Chris Hope in our 5 minutes of hope, and Mr. Charles Gillespie. He was a winner about a month ago. Mr. Chris Wedgeworth, who's been famous of late, been jumping a lot of live streams.
Correct,
Good job there, Mr. Chris, and stuff.
we also got Mr. Max from Max Air 420.
Yeah, yeah,
We got
Max
we got one
420.
visual aerial. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I
Yeah,
appreciate you, man.
drone days, one visual arrow. Yep, yep, yeah. They're all here.
We got Mr. Mike Rennick in the house.
Yeah, yeah. Good deal, good deal. So
Right.
yeah, we can go ahead and go through the preliminary stuff, but that was my thing today. The weather's changing across the country, and it is in some parts, like I say, it is changing very rapidly. I mean, here in California, Monday we were thinking about putting on coats again. Then here it is up in the 95 plus
Oh,
on the weekend.
by the way, sorry to interrupt you. We also got Mr. Yellow Rose Drones. Lee, thank you for being here, buddy. I really appreciate you, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's man, just being outside for about a good 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I say, man, the hell with this shit. I went back in the house. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
man, thank God that I got my AC fixed because it would have been horrible being in this damn house without no AC.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
I'll be back out there. Like I said, we're gonna watch a movie in the backyard tonight, which is gonna be the subject of my second video for the month. Is show do a little preview of my. No, I've had it for a while, but constant updating of my backyard home theater. So we're gonna use the drone as a fly-in to it, then a couple ground shots, and then we'll see how it all turns out. I'll probably
Now,
post it up tomorrow.
now the shot that you were doing, is that for the the Amazon warehouse.
Yes, that's where I
Okay.
was at this morning for the Amazon.
I did notice that
Amazon.
you put something up. I believe it was on Facebook. How you doing, Jim Jordan? Thank you for being here, buddy. And I did want to hit. I made a comment about it. I think you were showing your hat on top
Yeah,
of something. I think it was, and I seen a little shot of the inside of your vehicle. Your
yeah,
car.
yeah, yeah. That's where I was at this morning, and just letting folks know, hey, sometimes you gotta, when you're chasing your own dreams, the only person you get to blame is yourself, because
Correct.
you're your own boss. And I say, getting up, being there at 6 something in the morning. Uh, this is for me. Like I tell folks, hey, I'm not laying in bed thinking about, dreaming about doing something. You got to be about doing something. And like I say, everybody, a lot of guys do this as a hobby, and that's great, and everything else. That's probably why I don't get up and go anywhere. I say, if it's a hobby, I learned in the military, sleep is more valuable than getting
Yeah.
up when you don't have to, dude. But when you're chasing your own dreams, trying to make something happen for yourself, for your family, that's a bigger motivation than anything else you can have in life. That
Yes, it is.
you're the one that's driving this bus, steering the ship, and no one's going to hand you anything for nothing. So you got to be
Correct.
out there ready to put the time in to push yourself, and that's what today was all about.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here, Mr. Arizona John Dude. David, thank you for being here. Thank you for the comment, Chris Wedgwood. Yeah, man. Actually, I've been stocking up on more hats. Every time I see one that I like, I go ahead and I look for a good deal on Amazon. You know what I mean? Buy it, and I'm not gonna take the tag off. So don't nobody encourage me to take it off. Because the second you take it off, it devalues the freaking value of the hat. So I want to leave it exactly the way it is.
Oh man.
Anyway, but yeah, again, like somebody made a comment here. I think it was David Lorenzo. He
Hmm.
said that today he went flying today and it was hot as balls, but he did not care. He still flew for about 2 hours and a half, and that's good. The thing that again that scares me about that is not the flying, is the fact that I already had two batteries that literally did that to me. And again, it
Yeah.
wasn't even in the 90s. It was actually in 80 degrees something when it swelled up, and I was shocked
Hmm.
because I was feeling, a little breeze coming in. Again, it wasn't hot, and then when the drone was up there, um, Dre, I got a little pop up about. You know how I gave you the little wind advisory pop up
Right.
on your controller of the remote. It
Uh-huh.
did. So I'm thinking, well, it's nice and cool. I'm not gonna have any issues. And then boom, it happened to me twice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is here, when it comes to heat related stuff, you're not gonna get a notification. You'll get a notification for high winds. You'll get a notification for motors overdriving, stuff like that, but you will not get a notification about heat. A
Correct.
buildup.
And that's the thing, Charles Goloski, like you just made that comment that or asked that question. You actually got a point. I believe that when you're up there, it does get a little cool, but keep in mind that sun still beaming, you know what I mean, on the drone and beaming on the battery. So I'm assuming it's still gonna swell up regardless. Again, I thought I was okay, but it scared the hell out of me because it was a little, you know what I mean? You see the gap when the little when you
Yeah.
the battery when it click on you,
Hmm.
it seemed like I seen a little gap on the side, and I thought, I'm gonna look at the body was about to pop out of it. You know what I mean? But when I
Yeah.
looked, it had a little bunch on it.
Well, the thing is here, what Charles is saying, yeah, when you get up in the higher altitudes, yeah, the air is thinner, it's a little cooler, but the heat comes from the internal mechanism inside. And that's what people forget about is that as soon as you turn that drone on, it's creating heat, just like your computer at your house.
Correct.
You can be in your computer and you put your hand down there by the fan and you feel that hot air is blowing out. That's the same thing happening to your drone. And that's why I told in my video today, I told people even when you land that drone, get that battery out of it as soon as possible. And that's why I said that, because when that drone is sitting still, it is still generating heat.
Correct.
So get the battery out of it, put it in a cool, dry location so it can dissipate the heat. Because the batteries don't have no vents on it. It's
Correct.
all internal. So it's when you have it sitting inside of the drone itself, it's like I say, it's cooking. It is cooking
Correct.
itself. And
Yep.
that's why I showed them the chart and air data that shows what the temperature was when I first put the drone in there. And it shows you the whole level of the heat that's building up as you're while you're flying.
Correct.
So, like I say, by the time I brought my drone back to where I was at, it was at 121 degrees Fahrenheit, and it started at 79 degrees.
Let me go ahead and say
So,
hi to Mr. Drone Days. We got Mr. Jody Drone Shots. Thank you for being here. We also got Mr. Ray Kelly. How you doing, Captain? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the love and support. I think we did say hi to JC Flying. That's John Carroll. Thank you for
yes,
being here. Mr. Chris
yeah.
Hope.
We got the Flying Finn in, Robert Glazer's in.
We got John Flying Flynn Media. Thank you for being here. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you, buddy. We got quite the crowd, man. Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Dre, again to kind of touch upon what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
It's I wish that would have never happened, but damn, it did indeed. You know what I mean? And again, it's kind of scared me a little bit. Uh,
And it's going to happen no matter what drone you fly. I know it's more prevalent with the Mavics. This issue's been happening ever since drones have came out. I can say even with the Phantoms, it's just that the Phantoms didn't kick the battery out. It has got stuck inside the drone. So that
so,
was a whole
so,
other issue.
so
And just like,
when it gets stuck, since you have that drone,
mm-hmm,
right? By that battery swelling, I mean because the Phantom drones they look more fragile than the Mavics. You know what I mean? Like the plastic is probably cheaper, because it's like that shiny plastic. Are you
mm-hmm.
scared that you're gonna break that? You know what I mean? The inner case where the battery
Well,
goes in.
that is what has happened in years past is that people have damaged the airframe trying to get a battery out or damaged the battery itself. 'Cause like I said, if you have a battery that really severely swells up inside of a Phantom, you need to let it just rest and see if it will just go back down, if the swelling will go back down, because you can damage the frame and
And
stuff.
and when it comes to the batteries on my drones, and again, I'm gonna keep pretty much talking about is that I have noticed that once I take it out, I see the swelling, but then after
Hmm.
I let it cool off, for you know what
Yeah.
I mean, it gets nice and cool, it goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I say many cases it will go back down, but that means that battery is more subject to swelling again down the road if you push it hard. This is to address Yellow Rose's comment. Yes, make sure when you pull out a hot battery, don't put it in a confined case. Put it in a cool, dry spot where air can get to it, but keep it out of the sun and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, if you got your vehicle there and you can run the AC, run the AC to cool those batteries down, whatever you can do. Because, like I said, that's the heat is a killer, and that's what I try to tell people today is that that drone is heating up as you're flying it, and the more you fly it past that 30% level, the higher the heat is generating that battery.
Correct. And how you doing, Mr. E Drone? Eric, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here. So I really appreciate the love and support. Um, hey, Stephen John, I am retired and I fly for fun. It's my hobby, man. I think we all do. But in the case of Dre, he does it for a hobby when he wants to. But it's also, his little bread and butter to keep buying drones and keep buying batteries and accessories. And
Yeah.
pimp his house a little bit more. You know what I mean? Make it look good. How you doing, Mr. James Morgan? Thank you for being here, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. But yeah, that video actually. When did you release that one? Because I did not get the notification on that video. Did you actually release that one today when you talk about
Yeah, that
the
was,
battery?
but yeah, that's today. About an hour before we came on, I finished it up
Oh,
and
okay,
threw
no
it
one.
out there real quick. Yeah.
How you doing, Robert Glazier? Thank you for being here, buddy. Hey, Jose Mendez drawn up. Thank you for being here. So I really appreciate that, man. And again, hey Chris, Mr. Sunrise Water Media. You did want to hit and address Yellow Rose Drone, what he said about the battery.
Yeah, he's talking about make sure you don't put it back in a case, which is true. You want to put it in a cool, dry location that air can flow. You put it back in the case, and same thing. You're keeping that battery confined, no air's getting to it, and it takes a lot longer for it to dissipate the heat.
Correct. How you doing, Brent, Mr. Eat More Possum? Thank you for being here, sir. Really appreciate you, man. Let me see. He did make a comment here, David Lorenzo. What he said? Agent of experience.
He said, throw it away.
Just throw it away. Don't take the chance. That's $150, buddy. Holy cow! To go ahead and throw it away.
And that's the kicker on this is that batteries, average cost. I don't know what the minis are costing, but I know for anything from a Mavic 2 Pro, a Phantom, or even anything bigger than that, I imagine on the new Mavic 3, you're talking anywhere from 150 and up. I know even for Phantom batteries, if you're buying original products out of DJI, they're still going for $180, $200.
Correct.
The Mavic 2 Pro battery is a little cheaper now, but if I want the self-heating ones for my Mavic Enterprise Advance, they're $190, $200.
Yeah.
And I imagine what the price for a battery for a Mavic 3 would cost you.
The one for the Mavic 3 is $209 per battery.
$209 per battery.
Yeah, the one for the Evo 2 is 219.
Yeah. So that's why I tell folks, taking care of your batteries, I mean, that's quite a bit of investment. Like I said, I have a lot of batteries. I guess I average at least anywhere between 6 batteries per drone. So, like I say, I got $1,000 wrapped up in batteries alone, each of my drones that I have, minimum. So that's what I'm saying. It could add up, and you have some issues, and you just got to watch out for them.
Now, to address what Ray Kelly said, Dre, said that he had an error for the battery. He went ahead and took it up and put it back in, and then it worked properly. Is that like a glitch in the system? Does that ever happen to you before?
That can be, like I say, that day I had one of my old Phantom 3 Pros out, and like I say, with the older models, the click was not always sufficient. You always got to make sure you kind of ram it in there and it gets a good connection. And I think that was the issue that morning when I flew with Ray Kelly and Steve Carpenter, was that the battery was not inserted all the way securely enough, I should say, and it showed up as a battery error. And I wasn't going to fool around. As soon as I took it off, I said, oh, bring it right back down, check it again. And it worked fine from there. But those were, I don't want to say common features, but those were the type of things you had to look out for with the Phantom 3s and the Phantom 4s. Is make sure, like I told you, one of my regular Phantom 4s crashed. Don't know what the issue was. I know it took off, went straight up, and everything was silent. And by the time I look up, this thing was coming back down. And it hit the ground, and it looked like somebody it hit a landmine. It is exploded in pieces.
Correct.
And stuff.
Now, one thing to kind of change the subject a little bit is this damn Mini 3 Pro is literally, it sounds like it's literally killing and taking the thunder out of the Mavic 3. Like, nobody talking about the Mavic 3 anymore. Everything is the Mini 3 Pro with the RC Pro and everything. Nobody talking about the Mavic 3 no more. Ain't nobody talking about the damn Nano, the Autel Nano Plus, the whatever any other one.
Which is kind of funny to me.
Damn it, man.
It's kind of fun to me because the thing hasn't shipped yet. I mean, it's been introduced. You got a bunch of reviewers who's gotten it, but unless you're in the UK, most folks here stateside haven't got their hands on it. So
there is something that I've seen that Eddie Nunez, I think, is in New York. He did went ahead and get a hold of one.
Okay.
He actually got it from Best Buy. Now, how the hell that happened, I don't know, because I mean, right now, if you go on the Best Buy or any other website, it says pre-order. It doesn't say that.
Right. Yeah, it's all a pre-order thing, and I guess they keep pushing the date back. But maybe Eddie got lucky. Somebody in the stockroom didn't check the UPC code or something. But yeah, I knew this was going to happen because simply just from a price point. A whole lot of people didn't buy the Mavic 3 because a lot of folks didn't see the value in coughing up $2,000 to $5,000.
Yeah,
and I told people that's going to be the tipping point, where you're going to tell yourself, how do you justify spending this kind of money just for a hobby, because there's no return on this. So you got to say, okay, I need, I'm just thinking dollars and cents. If I walked into the house with a $3,000 drone, and my wife gonna look at me and says, "Okay, what's next?" You know, 'cause I mean, once you get over that threshold, just like with any drone, a lot of folks even today talking about they go out and buy these $100 drones, $200 drones, and they're flying away on them and they're crashing on them and all this kind of stuff. And we sit there and tell them you got to get over that hump. Go ahead and spend that $500-600 for a quality drone, and you'll be much happier. Well, the Mavic 3 was the same thing. You got to get past that hump of saying, okay, if I want all this great footage and lenses and flight time, all this kind of stuff, I got to get over that hump of paying that kind of money.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell folks, for me, it's about return on the product. Like I say, I'm looking forward to being able to buy the Matrice 30T, but I won't do it to the end of the year because for one thing, I want to pay off my Mavic Enterprise Advance by the end of this year.
Correct.
And then buy the other one. But then I figure it's on pre-order right now, and by the time it shows up in about another month or so, it will probably have about at least 1 or 2 updates occur to it. So mostly all the bugs will be fixed, just like everything else. People are talking about, okay, what's going to be happening with the Mini 3? How many updates are we going to need or whatever? Because like I say, a lot of folks don't have it. We don't know what the issues may be, and a lot of folks are not saying much. I heard one person say all the features are not in it, and then somebody else says all the features are in it. So I don't know. Like I said, we don't know until you get your hands on it.
Correct. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up on the stream. I would really appreciate that. And if anybody have anything they want to talk about, anything, go ahead and let us know in the chat, and we'll try to answer it as best as we can. Now, I have noticed that a lot of the DJI drones. Hey, Chris, the Key Largo, dude, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. I have noticed, Dre, that a lot of the drones, especially DJI drones, the price not really coming down at all. They all staying pretty strong.
Well, DJI is the top of the heat, dude. Hands down, DJI is still king of the mountain, and they don't have to discount nothing. They say you want DJI equipment, you're gonna pay DJI price. Simple as that. I mean, Autel's trying to keep pace, but DJI, every time Autel comes out and everybody gets excited about Autel, what does DJI do? Hold my beer.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They just say hold my beer.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, everybody, like you said, nobody's talking about no nanos, no nano pluses, no nano this. Everybody's talking about this Mini 3. Oh, the Mini 3 this, Mini 3 that. And everybody's talking about all the and see, thinking here, Autel put out a product that needed some help in its own. And I think the customer service, I guess, is hit and miss. And that's across the board. I hear great customer service from DJI. I've had great customer service from DJI. And I heard people have great customer service with Autel. And I've heard just the opposite. I heard people say DJI customer service sucks and Autel customer service sucks. So it's just kind of hit and miss. So you can't blame customer service on either one of them because it's been hit and miss on both. But DJI is still king of the mountain. It seems like they don't get excited about nothing. They say, okay, like I said, they just make say, oh, hold my beer. Boom. Yeah. Watch this.
How you doing, Mr. Johnny Drone Flyer? Thank you for being here, buddy. I really appreciate the love and support.
And the real bad thing is for all the things that are happening at our government level by putting DJI on the entity list and this and that, and government agencies not supposed to be using or spending money on them, all this kind of stuff. All these so-called American drone manufacturers are not doing us any service. Everything they're putting out, they're all trying to get government contracts, which means the drones are costing $10K and above. So they're already pricing themselves out of our market. I remember everybody was getting excited about the Skydio.
The Skydio 2?
Not the Skydio 2, but the more advanced one. They advertised for a bit. I thought what it was called 2 something. And that thing goes for about $15,000, and it's only been sold to the military.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And you look at, you type in American drone manufacturers, and you be like, what is this? Where can Best Buy don't carry that? I can't order that online. You know, it's just like, and I think one company said that the cheapest one I think I saw a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that they had one for about, I think it was $10,000, $12,000, but you had to buy two of them minimum. So you're up to $24,000 because you have to buy two of them. And I'm like, wow, you know. And like I say, the biggest thing is they're not boasting any features that surpass even the pros consumer level DJI drone.
Yeah,
The only thing they're saying is, oh, we're American made, and that's it.
correct.
That
And
is it.
correct.
And and I say, unless you guys are, putting something out there, like I say, everybody's got a budget ceiling. And that even if you are a government agency or whatever, there's a budget ceiling somewhere. Somebody's counting the nickels and saying, okay, you guys want to buy these drones for law enforcement, firefighting, or whatever else you're going to be using it for. Uh, we still got a budget. So like I say, there's only so much you can buy. So, but like I say, DJI says, you know what? We'll cover everybody from beginners to government entities, and we can't miss. So, like I say, for every Matrice 300 that gets sold, DJI still sells about 20 minis.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
one thing that Yellow Rose Drone said that yeah, don't go ahead and fly with that battery. You know what I mean? Hot, and then go ahead and start charging it right away. That will not
no,
be a good idea to go ahead and do
mm-mm.
that. Let it cool down.
Yeah, let it completely cool. In other words, that battery's, you might as say, give it 24, 48 hours a rest period for doing something like that. And even then, I tell guys, I mean, most all batteries now are smart batteries. And if you do have a hot battery, it won't charge if it's too hot.
Yeah,
And,
correct.
and even I know, like most of my charging goes on in my garage. And I experienced in the past that even if my garage is too hot, my batteries won't charge. Even though I never use the batteries, if the garage is too hot, the ambient temperature in my garage is too hot, it will not charge the batteries. So that's a lot of things. That's a good thing. DJI and other manufacturers that have the smart technology in their batteries are trying to help us keep our batteries as much as possible.
Now,
But like,
Stephen Jones, you say you got a battery on sale for $119. What kind of battery was that? I'm trying to pop everybody's comments here on the on the stream, slowly, but I'm trying to read through it. But again, Stephen Jones said that he got a sale on a battery for 119. First of all,
hmm,
what kind of battery was that? Because again, the one for the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom are 150, and depending on who you get it from, especially on Amazon, it could reflect. It could be a little bit less or a little bit more.
well, usually what I've seen is for older drones like the Phantoms, you do have a lot of third party vendors out there, but then you don't know to what standards that they're making the batteries from.
Yeah,
Like I
because
said,
and
I just had a
some of the batteries say renewed on Amazon. So I'm assuming those are used battery and they're just being, I don't know, refurbished, I guess.
well, renewed is another word for refurbished, I guess, whatever. But I just try to buy two uh, OEM batteries for my Phantoms, the Obsidians, and when they got here, they wouldn't take a charge. And what basically happened is they sat on this guy's shelf for so long, they went completely dead. So I had to send them back to him. I said, refund my money. I didn't even haggle the price with the guy because it's so hard to find them in the first place. I was excited. He said they were new, but he had not tested them. They were in the box, brand new in the box, but they have sat on the shelf for so long. And
Yeah.
that's why I tell people in my video today, all of my Phantom batteries, they were made back in 2017, 2018. So that's what I'm saying. That it's hard to even find OEM batteries, out there. And like I say, unless DJI decides to get back into Phantom battery making business, eventually the market is going to dry up because it's hard to find some that's been sitting on some reseller's shelf for the last 4 to 5 years and expect it to still be good. Because like I said, the ones I just bought, there's two of them still in the box, still sealed. Open them up, wouldn't take a charge. Had to send them back.
It won't even charge for nothing.
Wouldn't charge for nothing, dude.
The light won't even come on.
I had the little circle light
Yeah.
came on at first, but it would not take a charge. And I did the whole thing, hibernation thing, where you hold it down and you're supposed to wait for a minute or two, whatever, and all 4 lights supposed to come on. Did all that, still wouldn't take a charge. It's just like anything else. It sat too long. The I guess you said the dormant type thing kicks in to where it gets so low it can't take a charge. Because I would love. I like my Phantoms. They're very predictable for the amount of time I've had them. I like the way they fly personally, even for fun. But like I say, this is the issue I face is that they're aging, getting more battery for them that I trust is becoming more of an issue. So I'm looking for the next replacement for me.
Correct. And let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Chris, Drone Live RC. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate that. But yeah, again, when it comes to that, Dre, it is quite a hassle. Again, I don't think nobody here wants the battery to swell, but unfortunately, it's going to happen. Like you said, again, you did went ahead and made a great comment when you said that even when you're at home in your nice, cool home, the computer will get hot. That's why you hear that fan and you feel that heat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Being dissipated by the fan because it's getting kind of warm.
Right. Yeah.
And how you doing, Mr. Michael? Right, Mr. Texarch, drone guy. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate you, buddy. So besides that issue that you had with your drone, now you said that you're gonna get up tomorrow and try it all over again before you actually give your customer the end product.
Oh yeah, got it. And this is part of the game of doing commercial work that you got to review your stuff before you sit it on. That it's just you being a professional. You just don't send anything that comes out of the drone. You got to make sure it is what it's supposed to be. Your work is your reputation.
Correct.
You don't want to like emailing you back and saying, hey, your stuff is trash. It's this and that. And the first thing I ask you, did you look at it? Because some people say, hey, it's not really practical. They tell you got to review it before you leave the site. I said, that's not practical because nobody's dragging a laptop out there or a full computer system out there to review footage. I said, you try to trust. And the only thing got me was the angle of the sun. I'm looking at the tablet and I'm like, wow, I'm like, it looked a little bit funny. And as the sun rose up and I turned around, that's when I saw that it was a little out of focus, and I hit the screen, and the focus just came through razor sharp, and it's almost looking through a drunk man's glasses for the first part of that orbit, and the second part is almost like completely sobered look, clean lines, razor sharp picture. So it is what it is, and these are the type of things you got to go through. Just like sometimes you can fly and you think you hit the shutter button. And you think everything, you heard the little thing go click, all this kind of stuff, and you get home and say, what happened to that picture? And for some reason, it didn't take. So these are all the things that happen when you fly a lot and you do a lot of work like this, that, things like that. And like I say, other site I got to go to, 20 pictures, perfect. Actually, I shot all 21 shots. One shot was the wrong direction, so I went back to make it up today, and it didn't take the picture.
Now, when you said, first of all, let me say hi to Corey Man Zero. How you doing, buddy? And Akiracho. Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate that. Now, Joe, when you said that you took the shot and it was the wrong direction, I mean that instead of you meant to take it, for example, facing north, but you took it facing to the west. So you're going back to take the same shot all the way again.
Yep. How about it? Have that happen. I mean, that's why gosh, I bring the lights out in the drawer. I have a sheet. I'll show you. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera or not. It probably won't because of the glare. Yeah, it won't. I even have sheets I take out, show the directions and stuff, and everything else. And that's why you need little handy things like that to keep you on track.
Now, is that something you wrote up yourself? Was that the customer?
I write it up myself. Like I said, when you do several different jobs, you shooting thing like here on this sheet here, it'll say shot one, northwest corner, west facing, Redlands Boulevard, AGL 116 feet, and I even put in GPS coordinates.
And I understand what I'm saying. What? Okay, what you just said just now, is that per the customer's request because they want that exact shot, or is that something you made up yourself?
This is something I made up myself, and it allows the customer to follow the shot pattern.
Oh, got you.
Okay,
Okay,
because
okay, okay.
like this what I'm talking about right here is for the state of California. Now, everybody I'm dealing with is supposed to be a so-called inspector, engineer, or whatever at the state. And I'm also dealing with the local contractor, the general contractor, who's engineers and have their own in-house people.
Yeah,
So when I use terminology like northwest corner, everybody who's in engineer whatever understands that I'm on the northwest corner of such and such street. Okay, I'm facing this direction. I put on there my AGL 116 feet. And I said, and I even put in the grid, not the grid, the GPS location.
okay.
So that if there's any questions about where this picture is at, what direction we're facing, all that information is right there. Because my thing is, I'm not there to explain anything. Like I say, I'm 800 miles, 800 miles south of Sacramento, where all these folks are at.
Yeah,
So I got to make sure that I give them some kind of a ledger to go off of so they can read the shot list that I'm providing for them. Okay. And like I say, when I do an orbit, it speaks for itself. The orbit speaks for itself. So, I mean, I can't hand you an orbit that's half of it's got a slight blur to it. The other half is razor sharp. It's just too obvious.
yeah.
So I
Thank
got
you
to
for
go
being
back,
here.
go back.
Double take 360.
Yeah, got to go back and reshoot that. So, like I say, everything else today, the mapping part of it went smooth, 780 something shots, crystal clear. The 18, I actually shot about 21, 22 shots of the Amazon building, just all the way around the building, and then this orbit took a dump on me. And like I say, I'm sure it happened when I was climbing that slope on the berm, trying to get to a higher elevation so I wouldn't lose any signal. Because now that the building is up, I can lose signal on the far side of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like this. I climb to a higher elevation to make sure I can maintain a solid signal all the way around the facility. And like I say, it's a huge property. It's about 100 and almost 200 acres is what it is altogether. And and that's why I tell folks, when you go out flying, try to find the highest elevation for yourself. So no matter where you're at flying, you can always have a good connection, good signal strength, all that kind of good stuff with your drone.
Tenfold, tenfold, tenfold. Now, are you also shooting with that Enterprise one as well? Are you using it quite often, or you kind of leaving the one alone?
No, like I say, that's for my thermal work, and I'm trying to press some people. And I know what it is. People don't want to pay the money right up front. They're waiting for the market to get saturated so they can start lowballing thermal work, because people don't want to pay the money right now. You
Okay,
offer to them, they get excited, and they say, "Well, how much that gonna cost me?" And I'm saying, "Well, this thermal technology, I got to shoot it, I got to interpret it, all this kind of stuff. So we're talking about $500 and up." You
okay.
know,
So I know 'cause they don't want to cough it up.
yeah, they don't want to cough it up. So that's the whole nature of the thing. But it's going to come to the point where the demand for it is going to start rising up, especially here in the southwest part of the United States, because people had, like me, I've had solar on my roof for almost 10 years now. So I've had one of my converters replaced. And the only reason I knew something was wrong with it is not because the company called me, is because I'm always checking my stuff around my house. It's like anybody else. And I happen to walk by and I'm seeing this little error thing flash.
Yeah.
Now you think they're supposed to be monitoring this stuff at their own little. I got a little device they tell me to hook up to my router, and it's supposed to monitor this and that. I'm thinking, how come you guys didn't call me when this converter was not working? So I'm only generating half the electricity that I'm supposed to, So that's what I'm saying, that, I checked it out. I had to call them, and I'm thinking that, okay, if me not checking it out, how long would this would have went on? And that's what I'm saying, that people are going to start coming up with these issues and wondering, okay, do I need to hire somebody to come out here and inspect my solar panels to make sure all the panels are functioning themselves? Because I always tell people the same thing. When you set up a solar panel on the roof, you can check the ones on the outer edges, but how do you check the one in the middle? The ones that are in because you can't walk on them.
Correct.
So you got to have something that comes over the top of them, like a drone. And that's how you can check. You can see if you got dead spots, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so when it comes to your Mavic 2 Pro Enterprise, that one has the thermal imaging on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you was to go ahead and take that one up, I'm assuming that you also fly that one with your first generation smart controller, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you was to go ahead and use that thermal imaging stuff, where you can actually detect any heat or anything, you were able to see that on the remote.
Yes.
So does that mean that it's going to go from a regular picture to just being like the thermal imaging type of stuff? That's how it works. Like it's a different camera.
In the Pilot app, it allows you to split the screen. You can have
really?
Part of the screen will be in thermal, the other part will be in the regular RGB colors.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that's why if you'd have watched my video, you'd have saw that. But tell me you didn't watch it.
No, not yet. I'll be honest. I'm not going to say that lie to you. I have not seen it
yet. Yeah. But even on the smart controller, it allows you to split the screen so you get the same picture on both sides, the thermal picture and the RGB picture, which I think is awesome, because that way you can fly it and still have all the things that you normally see. That way you can see the wires or anything else that comes up, because the thermal, until you get used to looking at it, it only going to show you heat signatures, different levels of heat. It's not going to show you, telephone wires. It's not going to show you tree branches, all that kind of stuff. So you might well be saying you're flying blind if you're trying to use just the thermal part of it. Now, that's why having that split screen is so essential, and it is great that you can continue to fly like normal and have the part that you normally see on a tablet, phone, smart controller. You still have that one side there to look at while you're flying, and the thermal on the other side also.
Now, the video that you were talking about when you use that one, what is the name of that one? What is that video?
I think it says.
Is that the ambient temperature?
No. It's the introduction to the Mavic Enterprise Advance. Intro to that. Where I show you, because I hooked it up to my my Firehouse Technology 24-inch screen, and I even showed a camera on that showing a split screen on that. I can see both things at the same time. And I showed a picture from my GoPro camera showing the smart controller with the split screen.
Okay. Now you do have a video that's about 2 months old. It says each one reach one #San Bernardino PD.
Yeah, that's when I gave one of my older Phantom 3 Pros to the local PD for training.
Okay, tenfold. Okay.
Yeah. I'll let me just keep talking. I'll find it for you and give you the name of that one I'm talking about. That's not what I wanted there.
Stephen Jones is pretty good about those Amazon videos as well. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been making some great freaking shots, man.
Yeah, that's why I asked him about a month or two ago, was he getting paid for it? He said, no, he's just doing it for fun. I said, well, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, it's called the Mavic Enterprise Advanced Review. That's the name of the video.
Repeat that one more time, Trey.
Mavic Enterprise Advanced Review. It's about 10 minutes long.
And that video was done just recently or a few months ago?
That was done a year ago. Yeah,
Oh,
April last.
Okay.
April last year. That's April last year when I first got it. Yep. Yep.
Oh, Mavic Enterprise. I see it now. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. Actually, that's the short, isn't it?
No, that's the 10-minute long one. I show everything in that one. It shows you. I have a small solar farm in the industrial area by my house, and it shows. I fly with those panels just to give you an idea of what it would look like and everything with the zoom capabilities on it and everything else.
Gotcha. I think I just found it.
I'm trying to look at photoelectric heat exchangers, all type. Well, basically, when you talk about thermals, you're looking for. Well, I'm going to put it like this: with solar panels, you're looking for cold spots. Okay, I have a. Where is it at? This it. I have a meter right here that helps tell me a bit about the what it should be.
Okay.
I use this, and I have another gun here, infrared gun, and you use those together to get a general reading of temperature of the panels. If they're close to the ground, you can do that. All right. And so when you fly the drones, you're able to see the differential levels of the heat. So you'll have a certain time of day, because usually you want to, I forgot the term, but I know the number is around 600 something. I'm not forget what the actual term is, but it's something like a 600 level is when you want to fly the drone off the angle where the panels are resting. And usually this is something like in the middle of the day when the sun is right around its highest point. So that way that all the panels will have equal exposure to the sun and a generating power they're supposed to put out. So that way you're able to differentiate when a panel's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, it will stand out from there. So that's what I'm saying. That's what you're looking for. Is that is just something like you might have a dead panel, or maybe it's a connection itself or whatever. It might be a whole row that's out and everything. But a lot of times you'll have an individual panel, and on that panel it may have a dead spot somewhere within the array on the panel itself. What's up, Fly Zone? So those are the things that you're really looking for.
How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. Oh, let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Lee from Adventure FPV. Thank you for being here. Mr. Big Mike, Fly Zone Drone, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you, man. Go ahead, Dre. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I was finished on that part, And like I say, I'm learning more and more each time. Like I say, trying to read up on material, trying to catch as many videos. I saw something online the other day about some ladies took I don't know who hosted the class, but they had a drone disaster class. I guess it took place in Texas over the last week, and I contacted one of these ladies. She said she's supposed to get back with me when she gets back to California, and let me know when they're offering that class again. And I will be first spread that news to all you guys, because the drones and disasters go hand in hand. Just like we just had all these freak tornadoes hitting across the tornado alley, as we used to call it, across their whole communities, towns are getting leveled. And I say drones are been known and proven to be the most efficient and safest way to gather information for insurance purposes and for search and rescue. It is just a no-brainer. And I said, for those you guys who live in these areas, as soon as I find out, I will pass the word on what the requirements are and so forth. And maybe you might just want to volunteer, whatever, but let you know what the requirements are for you to have to be a participant in one of
Yeah.
these events, and go from there. But I know Ken Place It Here. He's in the insurance business, and he and I have talked on the phone a couple of times. And like you say, he's trying to drag his company, kicking and screaming into the 21st century of using drones and stuff, because he knows how more efficient, how more it's more safer than getting somebody out in these locations, especially if you want somebody out there trying to a estimate on a claim on
Yeah.
somebody's roof. Because the thing is here, especially if somebody who's came through a storm, how do you know how safe that roof is for you to be on it?
Correct.
So what's the safer option? You get a drone, fly right over it. You can get down as low as you need to. We can get a drone down there within feet of flying over a roof and
Correct.
slowly pan across it, take as many shots as you need, and put it all together in a big panel, and there's your entire roof
Yes, so
and stuff
let me go
that
and
you look
welcome a
at.
few people, Dre. We
All
got
right.
Blizzard TV. Thank you for being here, everybody. I really appreciate that. And we also have Mr. Drone and New Visuals. Thank you, buddy, for being here, man. I really appreciate that. But yeah, like you said, I mean, drones are, man, dude, when it comes to a storm, you know what I mean? Like, I remember
Yeah.
I was still going through like freshly going through the my accident that I'm still dealing with. How you doing,
Mm-hmm.
Gary? Mr. Brown Ariels. I'm Mr. Fly Guy Merrill, 399.9. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. But anyway, Dre, it was one day, you know what I mean? I was inside the house and I keep hearing, you know what I mean, cops just flying through here.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that before. And also,
Yeah.
the fire truck, ambulance, and they just flying right through. Next thing you know, I come outside, I look towards the north right in front of me. I see dark smoke just,
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm talking about, I'm like, man, what the hell is that? I got the Mavic 2 Zoom fluid, not even 1,000 feet, maybe 1,500 feet, a house on fire. I'm talking about it was from the ground, like from the whole house on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
actually cut some of the footage, but then I deleted it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, we know many agencies, fire and police, are using drones or have been using drones, and like I say, it's all about a safety issue, and also being more efficient. Like I say, using even the older dual, the Mavic Enterprise Dual, fire departments are still using that to help out knock out hot spots. We just had a fire just down in Steve Carpenter's area, and took out some multi-million-dollar homes, dude. About 20, 30 of them just came through the neighborhood. Bam. And up to this day, this happened, I want to say today's Saturday. So I think this happened Wednesday, and they still got firefighters up there putting water on hot spots.
Yeah,
Now, and my whole thing is this. Now, see, now I don't know if they're using drones or not because they haven't shown any on TV yet. But I'm just imagining that if they are, how more efficient they would be if they had a thermal drone there to show them where all the hot spots are at, instead of just playing the old, uh, as they used to call it, drown and ground technique. You just put enough water on it, everything dies or everything is extinguished. But problem is, people realize there's just as much damage occurring when you have firefighters using excessive amount of water trying to control or put out a fire needlessly. More damage occurs from the water that gets saturated into the buildings and everything else around, that it costs people more money in the long run.
correct. Let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here. And good night, Mr. Kirasho. I'll see you later, man. Have a good night, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you for being here. But yeah,
yeah,
you actually got a point. I mean, that water, it is coming out
yeah.
at a pretty high force. You know what I mean? From
Mm-hmm.
those holes. Man, I've seen those before, and I a while ago I remember seeing somebody trying to play Mr. Tough Guy. A little skinny
Mm-hmm.
old dude, and he picked up one of the hoses, thinking he'll be able to handle it. Then when they hit and turn that sucker on and it flicked across the street, like it literally
Mhm.
picked him up a little bit and just flung
Yeah,
him right through like nothing, like paper.
right. Yeah. So the different industries are definitely turning towards drones, and as we were talking earlier about different companies that are out there, uh, like I say, the American companies are pricing themselves out of the market unless they're all shooting for those big fat government contracts, and that's their bread and butter. That's all they want to do. They're not interested in trying to provide recreational or pro-consumer drones to the us's out there, and
Now,
that's what's sad.
say for
You know.
example, you're able to go ahead and grab that M30T today, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
What will it, what will excite you the most the second you have that drone in your hand? Like, is it the RTK? Because you said that the RTK is very important when it comes to accuracy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
The
what do you think will excite you the most once you have that drone right next to you?
the most important thing to me is the term I like to use is the one shot location. This drone has its own waypoint system built in it, so I don't need to go use Drone Deploy or Pix4D or Drone Link or something like that. It's already built into it, so I can do mapping with this drone with the new hub software. It's already there. Like I say, the RTK is already there. It has the big remote with the big 7-inch screen. So
Yeah,
basically,
yeah. That
this is
remote is
true. This is
beautiful.
truly break out the box. I can do everything on that one remote. I don't need to get a third party more remote, iOS or Android. This remote can handle it all and stuff on the fly. So I don't have to pre-program nothing if I don't choose to do so, or I can do it at home. And it's all in its own ecosystem. And
Okay.
that's why I like about it. And that's what I said before. I said DJI has had the ability, I feel personally, to do this all along. And they proved that point last year when they opened up the original smart controller to all the rest of the drones. I said all this time, people been complaining about, well, I wish I would get smart control if I could control the rest of my drones. And DJI just sat on their hands for years. And all of a sudden last year they said, "Oh yeah, you can operate the Mini, the Air 2, Air 2S. I mean, even back to the Phantom 4 2. I mean, the Phantom 4 Pro version 2, all the way up. You can use that controller now." And I'm thinking that why you guys do this 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
And the same thing with the software. Why did you guys able to have your own built-in mapping software inside of this and your own waypoint software? I know it goes in direct competition with Litchi and all the other third-party software, but like we're all looking for the all-in-one deal, and that's just common sense for us. We all look for all-in-one deal. You know, and that's all. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then, like I say, right now they're saturating the market with all these smart controllers. Now, you got a
Oh
smart
yeah.
control. You got the new RC Pro controller for the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S. Now you got a smart controller with the both coming out with the Mini 3, and we don't know what it's going to be compatible with. And everybody's saying, I already bought RC Pro for my Air 2S, and now I want to get a Mini 3. Do I buy the smart controller with it, or will the RC Pro work with it? It's a guessing game. And like I
Yeah.
say, people are spending good money guessing. And we don't know down the road or right away will these all these smart controllers be compatible or not.
Yeah.
Can we see can we can
It's
we we see them do it with one. The original
correct.
smart controller controls at least 5 different drones now. So I'm
Correct.
thinking with all this new technology that they have in the RC Pro and there's one coming out with the Mini 3, we know the technology is already there because you already done it with an older one.
Correct.
So
Now
don't
it's like
don't sit there and pull our leg and talk about why we'll have to wait and see. And I'll say, dude, nobody wants to spend $800, $900 on a controller that they are a bot with another drone.
Correct. And unfortunately, like Stephen Jones said, it's all about money, more money, more money, more money. Like you
Yeah.
said, Dre, they all pushing a smart controller for everything.
Oh yeah.
Look, look what Altel also did with the smart controller. Altel used to only have the standard controller. They came out with their own
Hmm.
V1 smart controller. Now they start making a V1. Now you got a V2, but with a V2 you only can fly only the newer Altel drone. You can't fly the old ones with it. You said you
Right.
got the RC Pro, you know what I mean? That you can
Yeah.
fly the Air
Hey,
2S and the Mavic 3, but that's it. Then you have this Mini 3 Pro coming up with their own smart controller. What are you gonna be able to fly this drone with this one? Maybe not. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so
and that's the problem is this all this maybe stuff. Because like I say, that's what hurt Autel because they said, well, you bought this nice controller, but it only works with the first version, and we're gonna sell you another one that works with the second version. That doesn't go over, and a lot of folks didn't buy them because of that issue. And now DJI is making. I mean, I hate to say DJI makes a mistake, but they know they got the market cornered, so they can do this and get away with it.
correct.
Because they're going to say, well, where else you going to go? You know, because like I say, all the other drones that's come out, nobody makes a nicer controller compared to DJI. Scotty O2 controller looks like something even beneath a PlayStation.
Look,
That's
that
it. That's
remote
just be
you.
true. Yeah.
Dre, I saw that remote in person at the drone meetup. I think it was Tony Tropic Tony Tropic USA. He had that remote, and
Hmm.
that thing is huge. That thing is like that thing is as big as my freaking laptop. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Is huge. The antennas are long, but one thing I can tell you is the way it actually when you handle that Altel Evo, Dre, I
Hmm.
mean you have that nice, beautiful, smooth, you know what I mean, turn in,
Yeah.
and everything. It flies great with that remote, but
Hmm.
man, that thing is huge and is I think it costs $1,200 for that remote by itself.
Yeah. But like I say, it only works with that one drone, and that's the same thing DJI threw in everybody's face with the RC Pro remote that it only worked with the Mavic 3, and then now they open it up. To me it's obvious game when we're selling the kit through B&H with the old smart controller with the Air 2S at first, and then they switched it up and sold the new RC Pro with the Air 2S, and then it wouldn't work with the Mavic 3. I'm like, dude, it's like the old days of buying a truck where it cost you extra to get a tailgate.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing, Mr. Richard Fink? Thank you for being here, buddy. And I do agree with Gary. I mean, again, um I've been saying that I'm not getting that Mini 3, and honestly, I do not see myself getting that crap. I thought about it because of the new remote, but it's still gonna be one that's just gonna be using the DJI Fly app. Just another sub 249 gram remote, and then I know I'm just not freaking doing it. I not doing it. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about. First of all, let me say hi to Mr. Teach Giggles and Drones. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate the love and support. But yeah, Dre, BGI is finding a way to just make everybody drop their underwear and go fly, go to the store and go buy another one. DJI just again every time there's a new drone, everybody just go googly for it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hey, I gotta have it now. I gotta have it. And there's a lot of these big channels. They don't buy no fucking drone. The company just sends them to them for free, and they get to destroy it. They get to fly it. They probably get to keep it. You know what I mean? And us little people, we got to spend the money to have some fun. How you doing, Mr. JJ Drones? Hey, buddy.
Well,
Thank you
that's
for
one
being
thing I can
here.
at least tip my hat to DJI about. I guess they've been the last two releases. They've sent a lot of those drones to small channel people. in other countries, I should say.
Oh, another
Here, here,
country, but
here, here in
I
the states,
send
here in
somebody
the
here
states, they, yeah,
because I mean I would love for DJI to get a call on me and say, Adrian, can you
right,
please test out the Mini 3 for me? I'll be
yeah,
more than happy to test it out for you. You're damn right I will.
yeah. So it's always a numbers game in the long run, but like I say, when you're on top of the mountain, you dictate the rules, and like I say, those who follow, and that's why I've always told everybody, uh, from my standpoint, for what I do, all these minis don't do nothing for me. They can't do anything for. I hear guys are going left and right crazy, trying to get, especially over in Europe, trying to get the Mini 2 to work correctly with Litchi and all this kind of stuff, and they are just having, to them, the minis are is like a breath of fresh air because of the rules they have set in place.
Yeah,
If you don't follow Geeks Vana, you should if you're interested in what's going on over in the UK and the rest of Europe. That man has his hand on the pulse of the on both sides for the manufacturers and for the regulators over there. He is the one that has the firsthand information on everything, and I think without the minis, drone flying would probably go away over in the UK. It would cease to exist because they are just flat out saying we do not want any drones flying near buildings, basically any urban area. It's a no
yeah,
go unless you have a sub 250-gram drone. So those of us here, Canada, in the United States, we can count ourselves lucky that I guess we still have some advocates out there fighting the good fight for us, so we can fly just about anything that we can get our hands on, FPVs, camera drones, anything below 55 pounds, we can get up in the air and fly it. And I think if you guys didn't see that piece of significant uh, work by Vic Moss, people like him are really helping us out a lot. Vic Moss, if you guys are not
he's
aware,
very knowledgeable about the drone, by the
he's
way.
very knowledgeable. He has his foot in the door with the higher ups at the FAA, but he was able to fly in a national park over this last week, and he was authorized to fly. Park ranger was standing right next to him, and it just showed the reliability of drones more than anything else, and that all the fear mongering that has come over drones over the last, I would say, 6 to 7 years. I think some of these regulations will probably have some loopholes put in place that even us common folks may be able to get authorizations through the proper channels to go fly in a national park in the near future. Because, like I say, drones are more reliable than they've ever been, and I don't see any of them taking a step backwards anytime soon. And like I say, there has never been any. I guess the incident in Colorado, which I've not heard as being verified yet, that drones crashing drones cause fires. Because I'm still suspect about that until I see some kind of official report. But we all know when a drone crashes, the last thing it does is spark up most of the time. It
Yeah,
just crash and dies. That's it. So yeah, people like Big Moss are out there trying to push the envelope for us. They have connections to the right people, and we all need to be paying attention closely to what's going on. So when you get the opportunity to maybe go out and visit one of these national parks, and whatever the case may be, you may be able to get authorization, and more importantly, you will be able to educate others that may come and question you about who, what, where, and why. That's the
yeah,
most important thing. If you have the knowledge to answer somebody's question, 9 times out of 10, they will leave you alone.
yeah, pretty much. Let me go ahead and say hi to Mr. Mike Kenny. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here. We got Mr. Rigor Morty's FPV in the house. Thank you, sir, for being here. I really appreciate the love and support. Hey, Mr. Kenny, Cardoso Media. Thank you for popping in, sir. Appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, so Dre, when the California sunrise, what time is it?
Sunrise this morning was 5:42 ish, somewhere around there, and
Oh, so around 5:42 this morning, it was already sunrise over there.
that's what they called it at 5:42 this morning. The sun didn't come over the mountains where I was at to around 6:01, I think it
Oh,
was. And
Nikes.
like I say, I had to wait for it to come up a little bit more for the site I was at, so I would have had the proper amount of lighting to do the mapping, which is what I start with when I go out. So I was up in the air by 6:30. My drone was up and in the air by 6:30 this morning.
Okay, good job. Hey, man, I'm actually going to got some. I haven't flown my Mavic Air One in a little bit. I got my batteries fully charged for that little bat boy, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking that little sucker just to fly it a little bit. I have 6 batteries for it. I want to take some pictures using some indie filters that I actually have from I think it's Freewell, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I want to try them out. Take me some steals, you know what I mean? Take me like a little video or whatever, and go ahead and pop it up on the channel. See
I
what I can
I,
do
I
with it.
loved my original Air. I think it's like it never took a bad picture or bad video. It's like you had to mess with nothing.
It's great.
I don't know what the sensor was in that thing or whatever, because one of my, I think it was the second drone I ever bought, and that thing is like it always took a great shot. The only
And
drawback was the battery.
to me, I always have, and I've never ever had a problem with nothing on it. From the time I got it out the box street, I have never done any kind of manual picture with it. It's all auto. You know what I mean? And the
Mm-hmm.
videos and the picture always comes out beautiful. Let me see what
Yep.
Paul Murray said. Give me 1 second here.
He's just saying support everybody's channel.
Hey, John Days, how you doing, buddy? We need to support the kindness. That's right. That's right. You damn right we do. That's why I always encourage everybody that's here to support one another and subscribe to each other's channel. Thank you, Paul Murray, for reminding everybody. How you doing, Mr. Mike Reynolds from Michael Jones and RC Hobby? Thank you for being here, buddy. I really appreciate the love and support. How you doing, Mr. Danny, aka the View Chaser? Hey, buddy. Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. But Dre, you do you happen to have the Mavic 2 Zoom?
No,
Okay.
I debated on that when I bought my first Mavic 2 Pro, between that and the Zoom, and I felt the Pro was the better way to go for over the long haul. The Zoom, like I said, it'd been nice if they could have put it all together in one, like they eventually did with the Air 2S. You know,
Now, you don't think that the Zoom might be also a good asset for you to have if you want to zoom in and out? You know what I mean on one of your
well,
projects?
that's what I'm saying. That with if I do pick up the Matrice 30T, that would be the all drone I need
Oh
because it
yeah,
has
of course.
the zoom on that. That is something
And the
that,
rangefinder. Don't forget the
yeah,
rangefinder
yeah.
on
The
that
range
thing.
the rangefinder is basically your SAR type of work where I'll be able to tell someone where something is at, and that's the point for that more than anything else is for search and rescue. But when you talk about using the zoom, it's nice to play with. Okay, when you start saying you're going to use this for somebody to pay you, that's when you start getting into, as you say, creative thinking. And that's why I tell a lot of people don't use the word creative with a drone pilot or anybody else. I don't care if we're talking or whatever. Because my version of creative may be different from your version or your version of creative and the other person's version of creative. And I tell them, I say, just tell me exactly what you want. I'll tell you if I can do it or not and get it done.
Yeah.
That word creative is so subjective, and it gets more people in trouble, and then you get to a big old brouhaha about, well, you told me to be creative, so I did this, did that. I thought that looked pretty good. Other guy said that's not what I was looking for. And that, oh my God.
How you doing, Matt?
Good, mate. Good. Hang on.
So, are you delivering pizza? You delivering alcohol? What are you delivering?
I wonder if he's actually driving, or is he just drunk on the side of the road?
Hang on a minute. You know,
He got that DUI look all over his face, dude.
I know, right?
I didn't hear any of that. I got some issues here. Hang on.
Yeah, you got some issues. Just blowing in this tube right quick. Oh, the Matt Bump met his match last night on his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has some young lady coming there, dude. From I don't know where she was from. I think she's from Taiwan somewhere or something. Man, she had over 100,000 subscribers or something like that. She was killing Matt. Matt thought he's gonna be giving her a Matt bump. I said, if she come on the show, she's gonna be taking over. I said, she got a bigger channel than you do.
Yeah, you know what? I'm about to do that right now, buddy. We gotta look up and JJ Drones range. Give me 1 minute. I didn't even pay attention because my co-host is not really telling me anything. He just talking.
What?
All right.
I saw everybody say they subbing JJ Drones.
I did went ahead and give JJ Drones a wrench right now.
I didn't know he needed a wrench. Did he ask for a wrench, or somebody asked for a wrench for him?
No, Chris Wedgwood went ahead and said, Adrian, he did not have a wrench, so I just gave him one.
Well, just because you get a wrench don't make you a mechanic.
Correct. But correct. But also he'll be able to click on the little dots and be able to go on people's channel and subscribe, you know.
I know. I'm just messing with folks, man. Just messing. Like I said, Matt comes in here. I'm gonna let you two finish this off because I'm almost getting towards sunset, and I gotta get ready for my Mavic 2 Pro to shoot me a nighttime shot of my backyard theater.
I hear you, man. Well, we have about another 38 minutes to go.
We got a little time.
We're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, we're good and stuff. Well, I've seen that name before, JJ Drones. I've seen it before.
I think I have also, but I don't know if he's been in my channel before. If he's new, I just don't recall. I do not remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Dre, when it comes to the do you have the Phantom 4 Pro V 2.0?
No, I have the Pro Plus. Both
have you thought about getting that one?
I thought about it simply for the fact because I do have the smart controllers now. That's the only reason I thought about it. But still, the same issue still comes up that even though I may be able to fly with a smart controller with it, I still can't do my mapping missions with it. I still, I can, still fly. I can get Litchi because my Litchi's on all my smart controllers now. So that's just one program. But we'll just see how it works out. That's why I say I don't run to the latest thing that comes out. I just can't because it's just and like I say, right now, the funny thing is the Obsidians, like I have 2 Obsidians, okay? You can't find one normally eBay or anywhere else for under $1,300. Usually they're going for 15 and up. But I can find me a plain white one, version 2, with probably 2 or 3 batteries for less than $1,000. And that's what kills me. I tried to tell people, I said, there's nothing more special about the Obsidian one except for the color. It doesn't do anything more or less, And people just see like, oh, it's like a box of Lucky Charms or something, dude. Magically delicious.
Gotcha. Tenfold to that.
Yeah.
Somebody they went ahead and made a comment, and I forgot who said it, but somebody said that they heard rumors that DJI want to go ahead and stop the Litchi app from working on the drones. Have you heard about that?
No, because there's already another app out there called Mavic. It is sweeping across Europe, it is identical to what Litchi is. So my thing is, how are you gonna kill one and not kill the other? And the same thing with other programs out there, like Drone Deploy, Pix 4D, Drone Link, and other ones out there. If DJI starts, I don't know, you already got the SDK file out there, so like I said, it makes no sense to go backwards, and that's why I hear people now complaining about the Mavic 3, which they didn't read up enough on it to figure out that the Mavic 3 will not be getting waypoints compatibility, and so they're kind of stuck.
Yeah,
I saw what Mike put up.
Mike Kenny said.
Yeah, I looked into it, Mike. Haven't used it, but I did look at it for a minute. I remember Dan. What was Dan's channel name? He changed it so many times.
You talking about drone worship, whatever his name?
Yeah. Drone worship was a big pusher of that, and I just kind of glanced at it, but since it did not really catch on with the industry over here, I left it alone. I was looking at it about 2 years ago, and I left it alone because, like I say, my thing is you got to go with the industry is telling you got to use. And like I say, Drone Deploy is the most popular one out there. Pix 4D is probably right behind it, if not neck and neck with Drone Deploy. Litchi, even though it's not spoken about, but anybody who does any type of waypoint orbits, things of that nature, they know they can use Litchi. A lot of guys still do it by hand because that's what they want to do, but using Litchi just makes it more consistent, especially when you got you want to be real smooth on your camera angles. Is why I recommend using Litchi. I said because the human condition, as us being people, we can't duplicate things repetitively, consistently on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We do it one time. If I tell you to do it again, you'll get close, but it won't be exactly the same.
Gotcha. Hey, Mike, say something. We can't hear you.
I got some issues here, mate. They got says the audio's all hooked up to my Bluetooth, but it's not coming out my bloody speakers.
Can you say the alphabet starting at Z and go backwards?
Say your ABC backwards. Oh, you look like you're drinking and driving.
Sir, I need you to step out of the car right now. Step out of the car, please, sir. I need you to walk this line.
And I need you to walk the line that I drew, not the one you drawn in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, what
hang on.
Deploy,
what's that?
What about Drone Deploy?
Oh, I use it a lot. Like I say, Drone Deploy is probably neck and neck with Pix 4D as being the most requested third-party app to be used out there. And that's why I tell folks that, if you want to get in this stuff commercially, you need to become familiar with the programs that are most often used. And Pix 4D and Drone Deploy are probably the most often used ones. Even the one DJI has their own in-house one, which is the GS Ground Station Pro. It's very capable, but they all have the limitations. Ground Station Pro, you're going to do up to 99. I think it's 99 points. That's all you can do before you have to reset it again. I had some issues using Pix 4D. I was doing some roofing on warehouses, and it just kept missing whole rows on me and stuff. Drone Deploy has never failed me. I've never had an issue using Drone Deploy. It nails it. Litchi has been fine. I mean, all I use Litchi for is for waypoints, doing orbits, stuff like that, and doing some creative shots that you can do with it. And that's what I'm saying. That Litchi, the combination of Litchi and a Phantom 4 Pro, you use that software and that piece of equipment will give you some awesome cinematic shots. And the reason why I can say those two, because I use Litchi with my Mavic 2 Pro.
Okay.
And the gimbal, it just is not as smooth. Sometimes you'll get a little hiccup with the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, I've flown both drones, same flight using Litchi, identical. And the one with the Phantom 4 Pro, that gimbal is like silky smooth. The Mavic 2 Pro, it does a good job, but sometimes I can see the drone bouncing a little bit sometimes, and then sometimes I see the gimbal do a little hiccup, just a little slight hiccup.
Okay.
Have you ever had that, Matt? You use Litchi?
Not with Litchi, mate. No.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had it manually either. I haven't had any issues with the gimbal smoothness on that thing
Yeah,
at all.
I've had it with the Mavic 2 Pro, but with the Phantom 4 Pro, it is silky smooth. Silky smooth.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't really have any issues with the camera on the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get good footage, but it's just the movement of the gimbal. It doesn't happen every time. It just every so often I'll notice it because I'm really flying at a really slow speed, and you notice every little bump when you're flying real slow. I guess we lost Matt again.
Yeah, he's having.
Tim's in the house. Tim Jackson,
Hey, Tim Jackson, how you doing, buddy?
the
Check
the
your
expat.
messenger. Yeah, check your messenger on Facebook, Tim Jackson, if you want to go and pop on in, buddy. But yeah, I've never used any other third party in any of my drones. I've actually thought about putting Litchi on my smart controller. I thought about it
Mm-hmm.
to use it and see how I would like it. But I'm assuming, is that a paid app or is it a free app?
No, let's use a paid app. It's usually about
Yeah,
$24 through Google Play Store, and then I think if you go through iOS, if you use iOS, it's the same price, and then you can buy it off Amazon. I believe Amazon Store also, and everything. And my thing is with Litchi, the biggest bonus to it that you can go on to the I think it's the DJI Mavic website, the forum.
yeah,
And there's another software called Virtual Litchi. That what makes Litchi better than anything else. It's called Virtual Litchi.
Hey, you took my spray bottle. You didn't bring it back.
Sorry about that.
Where is it?
Outside, probably.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry, but yeah, because that Virtual Litchi mission allows you to pre-plan the flights before you even fly them.
yeah,
And I mean, you actually see what the drone's going to do. So when you're able to, put a point of interest somewhere, you can see how the drone's going to fly into it, how the gimbal's going to react, as far as tilting up, whatever the case may be, even before you start the drone up. So when you actually run it through, like I did that video about a couple weeks ago, I said getting cinematic footage with using Litchi. That's what I'm saying. I ran it all through the virtual Litchi mission app, or I should say program, prior to that, and just it looked good there. And then when I flew it even looked better when I flew it
yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, that is to me puts Litchi over the top. I don't know about Maven and DroneLink. DroneLink is kind of like a hybrid program where you actually can do mapping and waypoints. And I think that might be the reason why it didn't take as good as some of the other ones, because it's kind of like a hybrid program.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, that puts Litchi over the top for me, is that because you can actually see what the drone's going to do prior to go out there flying it. And it allows you to, not make any mistakes if possible. In other words, because the maps are fairly recent, so you're going to have trees, power lines, anything other obstacles are there. You're able to, like I say, try it out, see what happens. You see what it's drone at. You come in a little low, you raise it up a few feet, take it down a few feet, whatever. It lets you tinker with it. It's just like say like programming anything else. It lets you tinker with it to it's just the way you want it, and go from there. So it makes it nice. Like I said, it's most of the times if I'm out in the field and I want to use it, I will manually fly what I want to do first, and then go back and then clean it up and litchi. Because like I said, I know I can't do it 2 times in a row.
Correct.
Just either I'll be too focused on the stick movement and not get the gimbal set right, or I'll be too focused on the gimbal and mess up the flight.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's one thing that I had learned when I went to the my active shooter training in January. And you always hear the term, people talk about, well, I'm multitasking. All this kind of guy said that is about the biggest bunch of bull in the world. We as human beings do not multitask. We might do a couple things at the same time, but we're going to focus on one thing at one time. And he demonstrated. He used the term, it's called a OODA loop. And basically, that when a shooter comes in, if you throw something at the shooter from different directions, we got a couple of people, we're using foam balls and stuff. The shooter can't focus on any one person if he keeps getting barraged with different items thrown at him.
Yeah.
He has to reset himself each time to refocus on where the objects are coming from. And that's the same thing when we fly. We can push the buttons and control the rudder, all that kind of stuff, and the sticks. But to truly focus, especially when you're flying in close, something very detailed in close, it's tough. It is very tough. And I say with using litchi, the gimbal reacts just the way you think it's going to react in your mind, the way you want it to react, and it's just smooth. Something that even with the controls, you can set it down to about most of my gimbal controls are set somewhere around 10 to 12.
Yeah.
That area. So it moves smooth. But the problem is, can your finger adjust that just enough to make it just slightly tilt up slowly? Or will you actually push it a little too hard and it jumps up a little bit too fast?
Right. Now, I do have a question for you. Isn't there a way for us to go ahead and just get our drone to just fly smooth by adjusting? You know what I mean? The movement on the drone.
Well, that's
everything.
the whole purpose of flying in tripod mode or cinema mode, which one the drones have it. Either one is the same thing. And but the same thing, like I said before, the problem is not that the drone can't do it, because it can do it, because it does it through litchi. The drone is very capable of doing it. But it's us, the human being, the human factor. We can't do it. It's the problem. That's the whole issue. We can't do it. And that's what I'm saying, that flying in close quarters, flying real slow, real smooth. You're trying to adjust the gimbal at the same time and stuff. I mean, those of us in the chat and everything else, how many times do we look at video that one of us has posted, and we sit there and we tell ourselves, man, if he just wouldn't have turned the whole drone, wouldn't have yawed it, instead of using the right stick and just slid it over a little bit. But when we're flying and we're not going exactly straight where we want to go, our natural instinct is to yaw it over.
Correct.
The problem is, when we look at it, we see this. That's what we see. But it's something you got to train yourself that when you're a little off course, you use that right stick to slide the drone over till it lines up to where you want to go. Now, once again, when you have a lot of room and you're going distance, you can do that. No problem. Nobody will really notice it, because you're gently sliding the drone over. But we're in tight quarters, flying. We got trees on one side, you got a building on the other side. Your flying gap is about maybe a 5-foot window that you're trying to fly through, and you want the drone to slowly start turning sideways at the same time. Dude, now I'll give you 10 tries, and you'll be lucky to hit it once.
Yeah. I've tried to tune a few of my drones, you know what I mean, pretty good, to where when it will yaw pretty smooth, and I got some of the movement that even if you just like turn it all the way, it's still gonna turn real nice and smooth. So I think I just need to adjust it a little bit more to get it perfect.
Right. And like I said, the drones are capable of doing it. They are very capable. It's us as human beings. We're not capable of calculations in our head, transfer that information down to our hands, and be in our eyes to see what we need to see, all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. That is where the issue is. It's not with the drone, it's with us as the pilots and so on. So that's why I say Litchi and programs like that, DroneLink, Maven, they take the human factor out of it, and they really let you know how that drone can really perform. And it's like I said, it's almost like an all feeling. Sometimes you're like, man, I could never do that, But like I said, give it a shot, see how you like it. And I mean, I tell Fuss, I said, I hear guys talk about $24. I said, dude, you spent $24 on more props from master screws.
Yeah.
So I tell Fuss, I said, stop crying about stuff that you just a little unsure about. When we'll go out and buy. How much does ND filters cost a pack nowadays? Average around $40.
Yeah, just something like that.
Yeah, ND filters, and ND filters don't make a real big difference in how you fly.
Of course not.
But like I said, why not invest in something that actually can change the way you fly, the way your videos come out, all this different stuff, man. And that's why I say, trying to use every tool you can to be better.
How you doing, Rocket White? Thank you for being here, but I really appreciate you. And it is like what JC John Carroll, JC Flying said, it takes a ton of practice and it's muscle memory for you to be able to get that smooth, flying.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I can tell you is that without any adjustment on my first generation smart controller compared to Pro, I actually get better and smooth flying with the RC Pro compared to the first generation smart controllers, right? I'm talking about without even trying.
Yeah.
And I get better smooth movement with it, and I haven't done nothing to neither of those.
Yeah.
But when you fly the RC Pro, it's like a lot smoother to move. The first one is a lot stiffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get. And what you're saying, I've heard some others say just the way the actual sticks are designed, and the mechanism is a total different feel to it compared to the old one. Now, for me, I get my best performance flying with the old Phantom controller.
Say that one more time.
I get my best performance flying with an old Phantom controller.
Oh, really? Oh, compared to the smart controller?
Compared to the smart controller, compared to the regular Mavic controllers, give me a Phantom controller. That thing, I guess it's almost like what you're describing with the RC Pro.
Yeah.
That's what I feel with the Phantom controller. It doesn't jerk either direction. It kind of slowly gets into whatever you're trying to do. There's no quick response at all. It's kind of slowly goes in there. And like I said, I'm flying, the Mavic 2 today, and that thing is almost like, I don't know if most people have been around high-powered cars or old hot rod muscle cars and stuff. It's almost like trying to control a V8 with a blower on it in a 5 miles per hour school zone.
Yeah.
That's the way I can put it. That thing is boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It won't do 5 miles per hour. It wants to do boom. It wants to roll down the street, and that's just that's how that Mavic 2 Pro feels. That you slide over, you try to slide over gently, and it wants to go whoop, whoop,
right,
whoop, all this kind of stuff, And it comes down to controller. Sometimes you can put it in any mode you want, and it just seems to want to jerk forward and jerk to the side and stuff. I mean, the gimbal stays steady, but I want my drone to move slowly and smoothly. Because when you have the other way, you feel like you're afraid that you're going to lose control, so you end up overcompensating, and that's the problem. Then you overcompensate, then you make a mistake, and everything else.
How you doing, David, Mr. AZ Drone Dude? Thank you for being here. We got Mr. Rocket White. Hey, man, thank you for being here. Rocket White said that he bought a Mavic Mini 1 today, and he said he does. I guess he's not happy with it. It's a pretty cool drone, but it's not. It's a tiny little drone, and it feels really, fragile. the thing flies, pretty good, and it takes pretty good pictures and videos. I guess you're just gonna have to get used to it, Rocket White.
Yeah.
It's better than your average toy drone. Let me put it that way. It's way better than that.
I was reading with JC Flying, so he does manual orbits only and just gimbal movement at the same time. And I've done it. I started doing that when I first started flying, and it is something you really have to train yourself, have that muscle memory to do it. And I tell people, I said, people impress me when I watch the videos when they go into movements, out of movements, and continue flying. It's one thing to say, okay, I'm gonna fly, stop here, then I'm gonna do an orbit and go around.
Yeah.
Okay. My thing is, I want to see you fly straight into it and then break right into an orbit without stopping that drone. One continuous movement, and then when you complete the orbit, you come out of it, you swing that drone completely around 180 degrees and keep doing your next movement and stuff. That's I say the goal we will all try to get to where we do all the movements we do in one continuous movement. And that's why that's the benchmark I set for myself, that I can go into an orbit, out of an orbit without stopping.
Yeah.
I can also, while I'm doing an orbit, I can even do like a helix where I'm descending while I'm still moving down, around, all this kind of stuff. You do continuous movements without stopping that drone. And that's why I did that one video, Carlos, which I haven't seen Carlos around in months. If anybody know what's going on with him and stuff,
I haven't seen that guy in a very long time.
Right. And I did that one video where I flew over the rooftop of a building that I was doing about beginning. I think the last time I did it was beginning this year. And I said all that was one continuous flight. I flew over the top of the building, along the sides of the building, turned corners, everything, one continuous flight, all at the same time. And that's what I'm saying, that that's really, trying to up your level, up your game of your skill set of flying and everything else.
Yellow Rose Drone, they went ahead and made a comment, Dre, that you could probably relate to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now, like a Yellow Rose Drone, like I say, yeah, do an orbit, do a 360, reverse, and like same thing here. Can you fly straight into it, turn that drone around, I'll say, as you're flying towards it, you're able to spin that drone around, and when you get to that point of interest, and then go right into the reverse orbit, and then and take off out of it and stuff. And that's what I'm saying, that those are the type of things when I practice. So when I go out, when I do for fun, that's what I do for fun. I do stuff like that. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I go out and practice when I fly for fun, and try to improve my skill set, my stick abilities, and everything else is what I try to do.
When you fly your Phantom with the smart controller, do you feel more comfortable, or you feel more comfortable with the Phantom controller, Dre? To just your average job, like what you were doing today.
Today, I say it. Well, today's pretty easy. I'm in a very wide open space. It takes some effort for me to hit something where I'm at today. There is nothing. I got power lines on the far west side of the property. Other than that, it would take a deliberate act on my part to crash this drone out there. I got wide open spaces. Okay. My thing is, when you're in close, when in other words, your abilities, I say your surroundings keep you limited. You just can't push up and escape out the top. You can't just, whatever else. You got to focus. You got to stay where you're at to make it through. And that's why I like watching some of the FPV guys when they do a lot of these, we call bando runs. They're inside, in and out of buildings and everything else. I said, that takes some real talent.
Yeah.
And some real good depth perception ability to know that you can get through these little small openings and everything else. And like I say, that's a skill set within itself. Everybody can't do it. Tell you the truth. I mean, you go get an FPV drone, but be able to fly in and out of these small openings and everything else still takes a lot of hand-eye coordination.
Yeah. Now, like Tim Jackson said that if you set your settings right, you'll be able to fly, pretty good like a pro.
Yeah, I can say I didn't say it's not possible. It's something you have to train yourself to, and that's why I said when you go out flying for fun, what do you really trying to accomplish? Are you trying to accomplish to get yourself better? Are you challenging yourself? Because when I first started flying, 3-4 years ago, every time I go out, I would challenge myself.
Yeah.
What can I do? How can I do this better? Everything else. That was my goal and stuff, was try to get better each time I go out and go from there.
And for on that. Beside that reshoot that you have to do tomorrow, is there anything that you have in mind that you're gonna do? Or that's pretty much it.
That's it. This is business, dude.
And then after that, just come home and just relax.
Well, we got some family stuff to take care of yesterday. Got to take care of tomorrow and stuff. Visit my wife's aunt. She just got out of the hospital. Gotcha. So we're going to go by and visit her. Other than that, no, just handle business, man, and go from there. And I said tomorrow I got to see what it should be a little cooler tomorrow than it was today and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I don't try to plan my weekends very heavily, except for unless I got work to do, and that way I'm available for the family to do what they want to do.
Gotcha. Oh, you guys gonna meet Mike Kinney? Sound like they got a drum meetup going on. So yeah, I do want to go ahead and try to get up a little early and do a little bit of flying on, like, now you on how you doing, Mr. Fourth State Area Photography? Thank you for popping in, buddy. You and John were talking about shit. Ouch. Okay. About doing the minor orbit, all that good stuff. I've done it before. And I'm able to kind of, get it just right, but sometimes I kind of screw it up and I make the shot just look all, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, let me try to get back and do it smooth again. But again, it's all like just get the stick right and just the muscle memory, because when you're going a certain way, you want to just keep going. But I've done it to where sometimes I slip up, mess up the shot, and then you know what I mean? I'm not using that footage and I have to redo it all over again.
Yeah. I tell people a lot of times, not a lot of times, but most of us, because of the way we function mentally, we do orbits, we do a equal distance around the object orbit. When you get good at it, you're able to allow yourself to maybe start at one point, do your orbit, and slightly bring yourself closer to the object, and then bring yourself back out away from it, almost like a helix effect.
Yeah.
And you do that for cinematic effect, and that way you get things like a real nice what's the term I'm looking for? On the tip of my tongue. You get the parallax effect. Because when you come in and you're doing a nice orbit, but you start getting closer to the object, everything in the background starts shifting at different speeds.
Yeah.
And stuff. And go from there. And then when you come back out of it, it's more like another reveal of a slow, wide shot. So like I said, that video I did about the getting cinematic shots with the litchi, and I told them the technique I used was a distance and close up of each one of the waypoints. If I came in close, pulled away distance, or came in from a distance, pulled in close, all each shot. And that gives your audience a more of a cinematic feel, brings them into the shot itself. I always feel like if I can only catch somebody on that grain tower doing some kind of work one of these times when I'm out here practicing or whatever, and be able to do that where I see them there coming kind of close on the tower and then circle around them at the same time and then back it off, where you're actually the drone's facing it, and then as you turn the corner, the drone is actually flying backwards, but keeping the camera forward on the point of interest and stuff. So I mean, these are things like I say. I took a couple of film classes in college, and this is a little tidbit stuff I learned from Alfred Hitchcock and some other famous directors and stuff, where they use these different camera angles and close-ups and pullbacks and stuff to create an effect, to the audience.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell folks, I said, watch TV commercials. Even when you watch a movie and you pick up on these subtle things, now that we fly drones, we pick it up real quick. Most of us in here can spot a drone shot in a heartbeat now.
Of course, even in a movie or commercial. Yeah.
We spot in a heartbeat.
I do it a lot. I do it a lot.
So that's what I'm saying, that you look at these shots these guys are pulling off with drones and stuff, and you try to mimic what they're doing yourself and everything.
And matter of fact, every time I'm watching a movie or a commercial, I tell my babies, "Hey, that's a drone shot."
Yeah,
because you could tell it's a drone shot the way it's moving. Because I don't think they're gonna have a freaking helicopter flying that down low or that close.
Right.
Those objects like that.
Right. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Jackson?
How you doing, Mr. Jackson?
Nothing much. How y'all doing?
Good.
Pretty good. Jack Rabbit, you coming in now that we're about to close it down, you asswipe.
Okay, see you later.
You don't have to leave, jackass.
Prick.
Asswipe.
Okay.
See how he treats me.
Yeah.
Now, what I tell people that's just starting out in droning, like the person I sold my drones to, learn your drone. Spend 5 minutes with it hovering. Learn to go left, right, back, forward. You know what a dolly zoom is. Most people don't know how to even do a dolly zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Just learn. Move your settings around. Check each setting. What's good for you. Make it smoother. Make your yaw smooth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I said, that's why I say, you see these things, learn. Like I said, Tim said, learn your drone, and when you get a chance to go out and fly, challenge yourself. This challenge yourself. Hey, I want to go up there and go look at this tower or whatever it is, wherever you're flying at. I don't care if you're even in out in the hills or whatever. Try to recreate what you've seen before, and practice it and practice it and practice it. Like I say, you get the muscle memory. It becomes second nature to you, and voila! Next you know, like I say, you be like a sticker. Chris from Sunrise Meter sent me a little meter, talk about confidence meter, and it says that one says "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I got
right.
this. I got this.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
How you doing, Clint? Place it here. Hey, buddy. Thank you for popping in, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I just hope some other new guys just don't turn it on and go think they can do everything. Learn it first.
Yeah. Well, I can tell folks it's so much information, experience, knowledge, and you need to give yourself time to absorb it all. It's not going to happen. I tell folks it's not just going to happen watching YouTube videos. You do need to do a little reading sometimes and do a lot of practice yourself. Go to an open space. Don't be trying to. I tell folks, if it takes a drive to a local park or an open field or whatever, do that. Give yourself room and stuff.
Yep. It's exactly right. And practice.
Yeah. That's it.
And when it comes to these camera drones, if you see yourself in a pinch and you feel like you're about to hit something, let go of the stick, and it's going to stop and hover.
Yep.
Well, that's believing. That's like I said. Tim said, know your drone. Know what it's going to do if you do let go of the sticks.
Yep.
Stuff. Adrian, I'm going to bounce out. I got to catch this twilight time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you.
Not a problem.
Good
See you,
night.
Dre. Always good to
I'll
see you.
catch y'all during the week.
Hope you get that good shot that you were looking for this morning. Hope you get
Oh,
get
yeah.
it tomorrow.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Done it too many times. As Tim
All right.
says, hold my beer.
All right.
Hold my beer.
All right, professional. I'll see you later, Dre. Thank you for being here,
All
buddy.
right. Later.
Take care, Dre. Good to see you.
Look here, Jack Rabbit. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes.
Oh, Scott.
God bless
Scott.
you. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Here, hold my beer. Let's get this started.
Oh man.
Let's get it started. God darn it. You know what I'm saying?
Here, hold my beer.
Here, hold my beer. Act like somebody's next to me. You know, here, hold my beer. Yeah. I love them guys that they're on the screen, right? I love it that they're act like I'm gonna look at you and
Yeah.
then they go like this and like they're speaking. And I was like, dude, you're alone in your office, man. You're alone in your office.
The beautiful thing is that we don't know if they are. They just make the shot look so freaking amazing. You know what I mean? Like they're literally talking to somebody else. They could go like, "Hey, man, here, hold my beer." Shit, we don't know if anybody. You know what I mean? We don't know that.
Nah, man, it's like here, Adrian. Let me.
Yeah, for all we know, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a table right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what's cool? You know what's cool? If you were holding a bottle of water, right? And I had the exact same bottle. You went over and held it, and I brought it back and had a bottle of water. That would be good.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be awesome.
As long as the camera did not catch me doing it, it would be an amazing shot. It would just fool somebody and be like, "How the hell did he do that?"
Heck yeah, that's awesome. I mean, then you have somebody like.
Have a good night on 4th State Area Photography. Good night. Stephen Drones. I'll see you later, man.
See you, 4th State.
I'm gonna
I love that. I like that for some reason.
Now, how did you play that? Do you have a little box that you do it? How do you do it?
I got this little midget underneath my table. He comes in for about an hour, 2 hours, and he has a little trombone. And yeah, he's pretty good at it. Except when he hits my knee. That hurts.
You ain't got shit to do you?
Nope. Oh my god. Yeah, little. Hey, stop it.
What the hell were you eating me? It took you a while to come back, man.
But you don't own a Link cup, do you? Kiss my. See that?
Hey, man.
They like picking on me.
I need you to kick that little midget right in his nuts. Kick him real hard, son of a bitch.
Oh, fucker started running away. Here, hold my beer.
Oh,
They've been doing all this time.
Oh,
well, Mike B, you don't want to know.
Oh,
you don't want to know. You
don't
want to know.
Man.
Mike.
Yo, Matt, why are you not jumping back on, man? Bring your retarded Australian ass back over here.
He won't come on here if I'm up here. He's too famous.
You know what? That's probably the reason why you were not here. It's just like what Mike B said. You and the little midget have been doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Well, you know, it gets pretty tired under there. You want some water? You want some water? It's okay, little guy. It's okay. Stay there. Stay there. Oh, okay. Oh, you just passed me the cup. So, like you want some water. Like you want some water.
Thank you. He probably want a doggy biscuit.
Oh well. Oh, he gave me this one. I guess he didn't like that either. Son of a bitch. Clean up after yourself, all right? Unreal. Eats my food, takes my drinks.
And then make a mess and leave it right there. Son of a bitch.
Oh, it's pretty bad when you start talking to yourself and nobody's in your damn house, and then you're talking to an imaginary fucking munchkin.
Now, Uncle Bill wants to know if he gets along with the gerbil.
Oh, you don't want to know. Anyway. Oh my God! Why did I do this?
Dude, this is supposed to be Adrian Mateo drone, not no fucking mission. What are you doing? hey, look what Matt said. Look what Matt said.
He just passed you a cup. There's a bloke under your desk. You don't want to know, man. What can you do? You should see the little table under there. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Are they down there fornicating?
Nah, he's by himself watching TV right now. He has something on. I don't know what the hell it is. Oh, Netflix.
He got a little midget apartment down there.
Yeah, got his own bucket. Hey, can you do that one more time? Can you do that one more time? Okay, thank you.
Did he say you welcome? Stupid. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I don't know.
He probably say you welcome. What's going on, Bob Casey? Damn, we missed you, man. Day. Where the hell have you been?
I heard Tim start talking to the little guy. It made me start watching and laughing so damn funny. Well, Bob, it's pretty bad. He leaves his tools around and everything. You know, I got his screwdrivers.
Dude, he must be working down there, man. Doggone.
Something. I hope he just don't electrocute himself. I don't know. For heaven's sake.
Hey. Hey, Tim.
Yo.
Hey, he gonna pull that screwdriver inside the wall socket. I get fucked up. Oh, yo. Hey, I don't even want to imagine a little person getting freaking electrocuted that way, man. That would be hilarious, dude. Oh,
he just passed me his iPad.
Oh!
God.
Oh man. Oh hell no. Hey, hold on. Wait. Hey, let me see that again. Let me see the iPad. Hold on, wait.
He just passed me his iPad.
Oh Jesus. Oh man. Hell no. Oh,
I had that on my table from the other day, the iPod. I just came up with that idea. He passed me the iPad. We're up.
Hey, Mike Kenny. Hey, man, you just have to find them. They're out there, dude. You just gotta find them. Oh my God.
I'm crying.
I'll see you later, John Carl with JC offline. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
See.
Oh man, that was funny.
See, JC. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yo.
That was just out of the blue, man.
Hey, his iPad needs to be recharged. That's why he gave it to you. Oh my God. Oh God, that was funny.
I gotta be a comedian or something one day.
Oh,
Hey, Ken Halber. How are you, buddy?
thank you, Ken. I appreciate it, man. Holy crap. Yo, man, you need. I think you need to leave that midget alone. He gonna bite you right when you least expect it.
Here's his other computer.
Hey, wait.
They got both of them on sale.
Wait. The first one was his iPad. That's his computer. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Hold my beer.
Hey, I would love to see. Oh, my God. I would love to see what size drone he has. Because, the drone cannot be bigger than him. I would like to see the size of the drone. And the remote.
I got it. He got the mini. We got the mini.
Oh, my God.
He's a good boy.
Good night, Jim Droning. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. You're a jackass.
No, Jackson.
Oh, my God. Hey, what time is it over there right now, bro?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Holy shit. You still got the whole freaking day ahead of you.
It's good. You're not supposed to laugh like this in the afternoon.
By the way, this is a question for you.
What's up?
And it's very important. It's by Steve and Drones.
Let's see. Tim Jr. Stop it. Fucking little thing.
You little bastard. That little bastard. He just do whatever the hell he wants. Oh, shit. Oh,
Okay.
man.
Well, I did make his house.
You got me crying, man. Holy crap. Oh.
You want to see his house I built for him? Because I got sick of him sitting underneath the table all the time.
Is
I
it
made it in my house.
Home?
I think he'll like it.
Is it a... Hey, that's a castle.
I think I'll like it. He got plenty of windows. Nice outside jacuzzi. And if he's just, he can party and raise the roof right off of it.
Hey,
oh my God.
Hey, wait. Hey, you think he can raise the roof?
Just raise the roof right off that when he wants to have fun.
Dude. Hey. Hold on, I need a break. Hold on.
Take me off a big screen. Spotlighting me. I think he will like the house myself.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, I'm sweating. Hold on, give me a minute. Oh.
And it's big enough. It's big enough he can put.
You said that he could raise the roof.
It's big enough that he can just put his monitor right in there. See? He can watch TV anytime he wants.
He can raise the roof. Oh, shit.
Raise the roof right off that puppy. Oh my God, what is he wearing? You don't. God, Steve, you're like inquisitive, man.
Hey, look, these are very important questions.
Yeah. What is he wearing? I don't look that much.
This is the live stream. If anybody asks anything in the chat, we have to answer.
Real small clothing.
Are they see-through?
I don't look that much.
Stop it, you little bastard.
Fucking little thing. This is funny.
Hey, it's about to be midnight over here. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Oh, really? Midnight. Holy crap! You're
Yeah,
ready to raise the
midnight.
roof. You're ready to raise the roof.
Hey, man, I can't even talk. How's the weather over there, man? Is it hot, cool?
Yeah, pretty good. It's pretty nice. I keep on looking down there like he's really real. What the fuck?
He's down there somewhere.
Yeah. No, he. Oh my god.
Fuck.
No, it's nice out today. It's about 26 Celsius. It's really nice.
Which is what? What is that in Fahrenheit?
I don't know.
Oh my god. You're about to give me a fucking headache just laughing this damn much. Holy shit. Oh, you on this damn midget, man.
It's 78 degrees. 78.
Oh my god, that's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
It's a really nice day today. Better than the last 5 days. He's wearing the same suit as Angus Young. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? What if he was dressed up like Freddy Krueger? I'll be really scared.
Bruno the Bruiser.
Bruno the Bruiser. This is his name. Far out. What a day.
Oh my god. I don't know what he's wearing for state area photography. I don't even want to imagine that he's actually wearing some see-through clothes, because that would be hilarious. I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl. This video that I'm talking about.
He starts biting my ankles, you'll know.
He's what?
If he starts biting my ankles, you'll know.
You gonna kick his ass?
Kick him right in the somewhere.
Where the sun don't shine?
A little sweet. More like little what? Oh my god. Whew.
Oh shit.
That's enough laughter for today.
Dude, is it raining over there where you at? Because Matt just sent me a video, and I guess it's freaking storming right now.
It was, but today now we got a break in the weather. What, Matt sent you a video? It's raining.
Yeah, I think that's him. Hold on, let me make. Yeah, that's him, and he look like it's freaking raining over there.
It must be raining. He's 2 hours from me. Damn. He's getting most of it. Well, Steve, I am divorced twice. Tim, you're not, right?
Yeah, because the first time you didn't learn your lesson, right?
Yeah.
You just have to do it again.
Yep.
Oh my god. You are a freaking jackass.
Thank you. Come again.
Is that what the midget used to go shopping? That little drone?
Yeah, could you see him riding that puppy? You'd be like, wee!
Yeah,
doggy. He's coming right through the window at any time.
I'm Adrian and Tim. Take care. Good night, Bob Casey. I'm about to go and call it a night as well, man.
Yeah, but
Tim got me over here acting a freaking fool, man.
Take care, Bob. Everybody in the chat.
Hold on. Yeah, Tim, the video he sent me is freaking pouring down over there.
Holy crap.
I mean, it's pouring down over there.
That means
at least where he at is pouring down. I don't know about you.
It might be coming up my way then. Oh, well.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
That's my little Chris. I mean, just I mean, just she did it all on her own.
Just walking. Well, no, she stood up. So
And
that's
now, yeah,
awesome.
she's standing up, trying to
She
walk,
will.
trying to touch everything.
Yep. That's awesome. Once she starts feeling, man, you better put like a chain on her or something. Oh, hold on, little girl.
Yeah.
They start flying, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tim! I wish that I can actually go on, man, but I'm over here falling asleep like a son of a gun.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
All right, man. Well, thanks for having me on. And I'll see you next time.
You're gonna jump on later on, I don't know, tomorrow evening or anything.
I don't know.
I mean, not tomorrow, tonight. You're gonna jump on tonight later on.
I might. I don't know. It depends if I'm still awake. I usually go to bed around 7 or 8.
7 or 8, okay. So if you get up around, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning, what time would that be for me?
6 p.m.
Okay. If you get on, just shoot me a message through Messenger. I'll jump on with you. Because around that time I'm just gonna be home, just getting ready for the next day.
All right. If not, jump over to Paul Murray's. He's usually
yeah,
on.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, most definitely. Yep. Everybody in the
All
chat,
right,
thank you for being here. Timbo, tell the hey man, do me a favor. Don't leave the midget alone. He's watching Netflix. You know what I mean? His TV, computer, iPad, whatever it is. Leave him alone.
It's bad. It's bad, man.
Give him some water. You know what I mean?
Give him some water.
Don't turn the light off. Leave it.
What
on.
else does he want? I built him a fucking house. Fucking little thing.
Let me see. Hey, let me see the house again. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see the house again.
Hold on. I'm trying to put it back together.
Why would you mess up this man's house? Okay. Now do me a favor. Let me see the roof. Take the roof off. That's how he raised the roof?
That's how he raised the roof right off. Look at those bricks. Anyway.
Dude, that's a nice, sturdy house, man.
I'm telling you. It took about 3 days to print. Prick better be appreciative. Look, he even has a jacuzzi on the side.
That's a big ass house, man. That's a mansion.
I'm telling you. Front steps,
all right, guys.
All right, I'm getting out of here.
See you later, man. Good night, everybody. Great show, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
See ya.